Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I have a very, very special guest for the show today. Can you go ahead and announce to the world who you are and where you're calling from?
I'm Afi Bell. We are in Los Angeles. And I'm just coming from the West Coast. Got to get the West Coast to be getting more awareness here.
Can you go ahead and let's dig into talking? We're going to kind of do things different. Can you tell me about your past when you found out you had, what age were you when you found out you had epilepsy, and how did it affect your way of living?
I was a teenager when I had it, and I'm just trying to understand, what to wear, what to wear, what's going on, or what's the reason for this whole thing. Because I mean, I was always trying to, we were always trying to get more friends, get more popularity and everything. And I wasn't feeling like I was getting the popularity enough when I was growing up, going through the high school and everything. So I'm all like, what's going on? And just like, come on now. Come on. You gotta just get the awareness out and get more folks to just relax on this one and just not be a problem having any issue and everything with that. Because
Okay.
yeah, that's one thing that was many people tend to hide it because they see how a lot of people aren't accepting it, or a lot of people don't like to hear about it. So that's why the other folks will just keep it silent for themselves.
Yeah, and tell me when you started finding more friends.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I started finding more. You just all the way in college. Yeah, in college, when I got to Howard University over there, I was all disappointed at right first. I was like, "Ugh, nobody wants to be my friends here." And then I had to get a cool other sister who was coming up to me because I can't. My butt was crying one day. I'm all like, "Why? What's going on?" And she's just like, "Hello, all you gotta do is walk up into the rooms with us. We're not gonna walk up to you and say what's up. We just want you to, we expect for you to just come over to any of the rooms and you can just connect with us this way. That's how you'll see how people will be open like that." I'm like, oh, okay. So that's all you do. Okay. So I was so grateful to understand that one. It was so simple from then on because as soon as I heard that, I went to several different people's rooms and got so many other friends. It was shining my joy with more folks.
Do you think that they are coming out with new drugs that will help with epilepsy?
Mhm. No, a drug is a drug. Hello. And that's why I have no respect, because all this drug stuff has never helped me one time. I have taken all of them, and nothing has helped, and nothing has been able to seal it. I just see that all of it is about the more one that will work is just the meditation and speaking it into existence, and just speaking that one and just proclaiming, your healing, because drugs clearly do not work at all. And just it's like it's not worth it because I've tried all of them and even had the surgery, so nothing has worked for me. So I'm just don't have the respect for it. I definitely have done it, and I'm open to do some more. It's just that I'm forced because there's nothing else there.
Do you have um basically what I want to know is, do you have friends that have epilepsy themselves?
Yeah, like Yolanda, because we're all a part of that. That's the big one. Is the epilepsy walk is coming up at the end of the month, and that's when anybody who has epilepsy like me will all connect with each other over there at the Rose Bowl in Los Angeles. We have the walk over here, and that's when we'll be able to connect with each other. And whew, that is just so encouraging right there because I get to see more of all my friends who have always, everybody seems to be so busy throughout the week and everything. But now all of a sudden when we go over there, that's when we'll all be able to connect and just be able to play games and just hook up and just not think about the worrying. We'll just all share our stories and more people will see that, oh, that's what's going on. And okay, that's why we're here. So it's always cool to go and meet the other folks there. Hey, it's great though. Just go and make sure you're just doing the walks and getting the word out and not, worrying about it. So it's just so encouraging. So it's like at the end of this month, I get to go and just shine more of the joy because I can see more friends over there. Because Yolanda and Terry, because yeah, Terry and I connect a lot more because she went to Howard just like me. We've been knowing each other since Howard. But the other, like Yolanda, I met her. I don't know what 4 years ago or five, something 5 or 7 years ago. But anyway, she had the brain surgery and everything, and it worked for her, and that's why she just had the encouraging one. And she said, she got the marriage one, and she just tends to get busy and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to get a time with her, but I know I'll definitely have the time with her at the end of this month.
Can you explain in your own words what's the definition of epilepsy for those who don't know?
Mhm. Oh, okay. Because epilepsy is literally just mean it's the seizure portion that happens when you're unconscious. All of us unconsciously having them from over time. It might happen it's 40 different types of seizures, so it doesn't just happen one way. And that's the whole thing. Is when 95% of the world are unaware of my complex partial ones, well, mine is more like a sleepwalk. And that's the things that, I'll walk around, for 2 to 3 minutes and everything. Where other people have that famous one is called grandmas. And that's the one that they'll promote all over the news and things like that. If you ever see anything like that once or something, and people are aware of the grandmas where people fall down and shake and they might hit their heads or something like that. That's the only one that they'll show on that one. But it's like we have to just get them to be promoting and understanding the other angles as well. So it's not just one type of seizures. So that's why it's several different types. And when you just see somebody just doing some weird moves, that's when you'll just make sure that you keep the area safe. But you just be open-minded. If you see some weird moves with somebody, just be open for that one. And also look for like this is the medical ID bracelet. And you'll look for the medical ID bracelet, and that'll give you their number and their emergency number that you can call somebody else and show you how to help handle that one with them and so forth.
Wow. And well said, by the way. Can you tell me about you being an epilepsy advocate? Don't you have your own show?
Right, I do have the YouTube channel, Living Free with Epilepsy. Is that on Tuesdays and Thursdays? And I just go and I exhibit. I just shine, telling people how don't figure it out, just make sure that they'll see those more details about the 40 different steps and the famous folks who had the epilepsy. Because Harriet Tubman, Julius Caesar, Prince, they're on my book and everything. And it's like we have to get that awareness to get out. We have to get folks to see that. Oh, there were several, more famous folks who had it because Danny Glover, Socrates, they all had epilepsy also. So we just have to get that awareness out where people can just see that, oh, okay, so it's not just random, or it's not just like it's minimal, or these are just some weird folks. It happened to several different people. So you can accept us just as much, and hey, you never know, because all of the people were unconscious and we didn't know what happened, because Socrates, Julius Caesar, and Prince had theirs when they were babies. And they literally had no clue on that one, but they still didn't stop. And you see how Prince was singing right away when he was 3 years old and everything. But his mom just wouldn't stop, because he was even all, yes, I'm gonna go, and I know the Lord's gonna keep me safe and everything. So he was even saying that at 3 years old. And so that's why she just let him just keep going and just keep shining the joy. And that's how he just got better angles and just didn't get minimized, didn't let anything, he overcame and was able to shine.
Wow. And you're affiliated with well said. Are you affiliated with the Epilepsy Foundation?
Right, exactly. The Epilepsy Foundation was having their meetings and everything. I used to happily going over there. I love to do everything in person. Just that now, everything is on Zoom. So I don't like to do the support. Try to do things on Zoom. So I'm not interested in that one. but I just definitely still can go and share with other big groups and everything about that one because I'm actually going to be going to the libraries and everything also in this month and getting more of the libraries to see about so that you guys will be able to get more details at the libraries about it and so forth. So it's just important for us to share those things. And the epilepsy one has so many. Epilepsy Foundation has so many different tips and things like that for me to pass on to the different groups. So that's why it's great for me for us to always just have the different groups that you're a part of, so you can just see all the resources and things like that that are available.
Yes. And tell me about the Beverly Hills Chamber because that's a very prestigious chamber. It's in
Mhm.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, they are very positive and open, and I'm telling you, I just really feel like it's a great, great place because I was that the way that got my attention was that first in 2017, that mayor was so loving over there, literally had us walking every Monday with her, and had us walking around and just setting. So I was happily passing the joyful love and getting everybody, come on, let's high five and let's make that the signature of America. And they were open minded and seeing that okay, we can see all that with you, so no problem. So I was just all grateful for the all the cool positive people that I saw there and how the different angles that you see from other owners and other businesses there. And so it's just like, hey, we can never can tell. We can just always see there's so many different ways there. And so it's great to be a part because I know in June they're saying that that party's the summer garden party is going to have so many chocolate people over there as well, and so many other businesses that we can just all connect. So that's why I'm looking forward to that one over that one.
And I was wondering about like what do you do on your time where you're not podcasting as you've been epilepsy, and do you keep something across your neck in case you have a seizure or have somebody watching over you, just in case, because if you're alone, that's kind of scary.
No, no, I love being alone. I'm not worried about because I mean, I don't know what you guys consider alone because I truly just have the Holy Spirit all over me, so I'm not worried about that at all. And all I do is just go and do my walks by myself. I love to walk around, and when I just walk and everything, I love how I meditate right then, and the Lord just uses me that way. So it's just not a problem. I just like walking around, and that's when I just share, and I happen to see more people and that's when I get to see the positive results because that's what I do. That's when I do tend to have seizures out of the blue, and I'm just like, wow, there are so many loving people because right there in Lamert, there was I was over at the one of the ATMs grabbing some money. And if you guys in Los Angeles, I'm over there and over there in Lamert grabbing money out of the ATM. And the next thing I know, I'm in front of the liquor bank. I could
Yeah.
not believe I actually went to those 2 blocks over there. And the long and short, I didn't even realize I had the seizure until a gentleman is handing me my purse and my water bottle. I'm like, oh, how'd you get that? He was like, that's my question. You just now are talking to me now. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I must have just had a seizure. So I just had to express to him what happened because he didn't know how we lose consciousness. So I have no clue what's going on. But I quickly explained to him, and he was like all honored. And he was like, okay, let me make sure I walk you home and everything. So it's just so many loving people like that. And then one time I was walking, I actually missed a bus and everything. And so I was just still walking down, and another Asian gentleman pulled up with me with his daughter in the back seat and was like, "Hello, I see that, but you see how I have a daughter. I'm not trying to hit on you or anything, but let me take you home." And he just made sure he drove me. I was just so honored with the loving people that seems to always come and be around. There's just so many loving people that are around you, and you just expect that and just speak it. Is just incredible how many people just are so open-minded to it. That's why I don't have a problem with sharing that I have the epilepsy. All I wear is my medical ID bracelet. And you guys, I can just make sure you look for the purple one right here. And that just has my name, number, or not my number, the emergency contact number is right there. And so you can just see, hey, it's not hard to handle like that.
Understood. Where do you see as being African American woman the advancements with epilepsy, the medication? Where do you see the medication going in half a century to a century from now? Do you think that there? I mean, this is a question, theoretically. Do you think that there should be, or there will be, advancements in the future with what they're possibly in your case not fulfilling?
Hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, they're clearly they're always continually working on that medicine. That's why you see how they've been accepting the what is it called, what they call the official the weed that has got accepted in America now, that you can take some of that weed and everything, and that one there can help several people there. And they're constantly just looking for any tool that would help anybody, because they're amazed and trying to figure out the science on that one as well. So it's several things that they're open to. So they'll keep looking more, and you'll see more different things in a couple of years.
Um, so if you had to give a piece of advice to somebody that have epilepsy themselves and wants a way to communicate with others, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would just tell them, hey, let's just look at it from the steps. We can just now just share people the steps that they can take to handle the epilepsy. And that's why people can remember steps very easily as an acronym. And steps are the 5 ways to handle the seizures. And S is the first one. The number is S is just keeping the area safe. And the T is just checking out the time, because that's why we have to make sure we let people know the steps, because any seizure 5 minutes and under is not an emergency. So do not call 911. At the beginning, people were calling that too many times and getting me to the hospital. So I'm like, don't you dare, don't let that happen again. So that's why I got to make sure folks know, don't call 911 when you see any seizure 5 minutes and under. That's not an emergency right there. And then number 3, the E. The E is the keep the experience, making sure you're explaining, and or not explaining, but examining or looking at at all the details and everything. Because when we lose consciousness completely when we're having one right there, so you just examine exactly what is going on, so you guys can kind of keep the records of what's happening, so that because we have no idea what's happening, we are completely unconscious. And then the P, you're just getting prepared, to share all of that, keeping that positive understanding, and just ask us some detailed questions while you're waiting right there, because many times we can answer what is our name. It shows how strong your subconscious mind is. But if you can add something detailed like who's the president, or what's your favorite movie, or what's your favorite dish, or something like that, makes that person think on those angles. And if they can actually respond, it shows that they're back to consciousness. Because the final S is, that means share with them those details that they just saw with us, because we're unconscious and we can just hurry up and keep the records and send that to people. So it's easy to remember when you say steps, those 5 steps right there. And that's one thing you can share with people on there. How it's not hard to handle or take care of the people that they see with epilepsy, as long as they understand how to work the steps. It's no big deal. Just go ahead, and you guys aren't going to get anything. So you guys can see that it's a very smooth one to work with.
How can the people reach you?
Mhm. The people, they can reach me. You can share that on there, where they can go over to that as a website. Because the book, did you have that link on that one?
I can get it. I have it linked to your to this show.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, if they just go into the YouTube channel, they can see that Living Free with Epilepsy, and then that's why they can just go over there, and that's how you'll see me on that one right there. Yeah, or the afibell.wordpress.com is another one there that they can go to, but the YouTube is a bigger one that you can just understand. Living Free with Epilepsy, every Tuesday and Thursday you'll see videos and you'll see me talking about it all the time. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Effie, for everything. Like you educated it to the point. And just for just 2 more minutes, if you had to say anything else about epilepsy that you missed or you want to hit on, you have the floor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Cause yeah, just well, just want to see if you guys anybody in Los Angeles, because the walks in all the different city are in different times and different cities and so forth. So if you're in Los Angeles, just know you'll all be at the Rose Bowl April 28th and everything. That's 8:30 to 12:30. So that's how we can just all get to know and see each other over there in person, and it'll be a fun one there. And everybody else can just go on over to Amazon and check out my book right there, Living Free with Epilepsy. También yo viviendo con epilepsia. Y yo me gusta mi español muy, muy grande, que es muy importante así. Así es importante, que es mi viviendo, que es importante para practicando. So I just use mi español. I love Spanish, so you can just read all the stuff in Spanish and in English.
Well said. You take care. Stay on the line. I just have to ask you a couple of things. But take care, you guys. It's been fun. I hope I educated you. I hope she educated you, number one.
Yeah.
I don't know it, and it's a good thing that she went through it so that she can teach us about it. So if we ever get children or have family members with it, we know how to control it, and we know how to help them succeed in life. So, yes, take care, be safe, and I'll see y'all next time.